Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about XML, and I'm going to create an XML file. Maybe I'll create one for a course. So I'll have course and a slash course down here. So you have your beginning tag and your closing tag, and you have less thans, greater thans, and the closing has a slash. Now there's another way to close, which we'll see when we get to Android Studio. Now within a course, I have students. So maybe I have a student, then I have a closing student. And I'll put another student here. I'm going to have two students in my class. Now these are whatever you define. So you can give these whatever names you want. And then first name and Bill. Then I do closing first name. Last name, Smith. Then I do closing last name. And maybe a grade. So grade is 83 slash grade. Again, these can be whatever you define, but they do have to be consistent. If I use F name here, then I need to use F name down here. And let's say Sally, F name, last name Hayes, last name, and then grade, 95, and slash grade. Now you can have extra spaces in here. That space doesn't matter, but I'll get rid of it. This is XML. Now, I'm going to save this. And I'll save it in my documents. Testing.xml and change the save as type to all files. And click save. And I'm going to right click on this and go to documents. And XML. Okay, let me rename that to XML, not XLM. That's a Excel file. There. Okay, now I'm going to right click on this and choose open. And this shows you that it's XML. It recognizes XML because the XML on the end of it. And you can expand these or collapse these. Now, what this allows is the easy exchange of information. I could send this to somebody else, just as long as they have this definition that I broke it down as course, student, F name, last name, grade. And I'd probably include this in documentation I'd send to them. Then we can exchange information. Most programming languages have libraries built in to read XML, so it'll go through this easily. This has become the new standard for the exchange of information and storage of information. Okay, I'm going to start a new Android Studio project here. Choose empty activity, click next, and click finish. We're going to see how in the world does this relate to Android Studio. And we've alluded to that a little bit, but the video creates some information using XML, which is, I thought, excellent at this point. Okay, so we got our activity main XML here. Should come up as design to begin with. Over here under the resources, there's a values folder. If I click that, there's a strings folder. And here is XML, resources/resources, string/string. I could put my own strings in here. String name equals to number, my number. Now this is very specific. You can't just put anything in here. This is designed so they want to use string out of the resources for now. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. Make that a little bit bigger. Throw a text view on here. Throw a plain text also. Throw a button. Okay, now this text view here, I can come over here. Now, I don't really use the at string, so let's try that. Add string, and then you see it pops up and says number. Well, that's one I just created. Let me tap. No, it's bizarre. Won't let me choose it, but let me type it in. Number. Okay. Now notice it changed it to my number, so it changes what's over in this string. Um, Now you don't have to do that, but good programming practice for app development is that you have strings on here, you put the strings entry in strings.xml. I don't think it hurts anything. Just type it in direct. Okay. Then for this button, I'm going to say click me, and I'll clear my constraints, whatever's there, and I'll add my constraints to my magic wand. Okay, now let's go to this text option here. And within this text option, there's some way to get them side by side. But the video will probably show you how to do that. Preview? Preview. Okay, click preview. Okay, so I got that there. Make it a little bit bigger so I can see it. Notice it says XML up top. Everything you do design-wise is stored in XML files. You can come here and update these directly. So here it says text view, and down here for the text it says add string / number. Well, that's what we just put over here in a strings.xml. Down here, some different information on it. And you can even type more information that's not here. For example, if I start typing Android : you see all the different settings you can put in there. A lot of these correspond to your properties. Margin from the top, 200. And you see that it says 200 here. Let's put 300 there. And so you see I can get it to scoot down. There's another way to manage that, but you can type it in here. My number. If I go back to here, this tells us that the layout margin start is 9. That looks like the distance from the side here. So I change that to 5. Moves it in closer. Margin left. I don't know. I don't know all these different settings. Margin in 26 dp, 26 dp. I wonder if that's the distance from there to the name. Let's see. Let's change it to 32. Change it to 10. Not sure if I saw the difference. Okay, you get the idea on that. Now, this says name. What if I get rid of that? See, it's not a space. And you'll find some diehards that started developing completely from scratch, not using design tools like this, will really rely on these. So they'll do all their creation here. And it's not bad to do some of that to get an idea of it. Here it says click me. Compute. This tells us the margin 42 here. It looks like the going up to there. So if I do 52, bring it down. So anyway, I wanted to introduce you to XML because that's the backbone of Android Studio, the design and so forth. It's not the backbone of the coding over here, but it's the backbone of the design. And this should give you a kind of a feel as you work that through that YouTube video of how you can use the XML to do design.